Hey, what's going on? It's Rick here, and today I'm going to be showing you a keyboard case for your iPad mini. This is called the Airbender Mini, and it is by Trent. At the time of this video, the suggested retail on this case is about $89, but you can pick it up from Trent's website right now for about $49. And if you do your searching, you might even be able to find it even possibly a little bit cheaper than that. I'll link in the description of this video as to where you can pick it up. It ships in the box that you see right here, and it also includes, besides the case itself, a charging cable, which is simply USB on one end, and then the other end is going to plug into the case. On the front lid here, you've got this area that just simply kind of flips down, and you can charge it like that without having to do anything special. Now, this case is kind of a hard rubber exterior, but it has some grip to it. It is going to attract just a little bit of lint, as you might see here. And then it uses kind of a rubber clasp here to basically keep itself closed. So it just kind of goes right in there, and it will keep this front lid closed, as you will see here. It's going to add bulk, yeah, no question about it. It's definitely going to add weight as well, but again, this is a keyboard case, and it also has some pretty cool features that you'll see in a moment. Let's go ahead and take a look at it up close. I'm going to do the video in reverse. I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to take it apart. You've got everything that you need access to, and again, everything on this case is going to be protected. So you've got coverage where it needs to be. These aren't terrible to undo, so you don't have to have stealthy fingers to get in here and pull these apart. All along the side here, you can see what that's going to look like. Up along the top, everything is accessible as it needs to be. And again, you can just easily pull that aside to go in and get your headphone jack access. You can see your camera here. I don't know if you can catch it in the glare. There's a layer of protection there over your camera, so that's pretty nice. And then, of course, along the side, button coverage, as well as your rotation lock, and that's easy to get to. These all stay in place really well, and these buttons are super easy to press and have a real nice tactile feel. On the front side, or I should say the side that has the keyboard on it, you've got your Trent branding, and as you undo this and open it up, let's go ahead and do that. It is going to use the sleep and the awake feature. You may have seen that just now. Let me go ahead and close it up. It puts it to sleep. Open it up again, it awakens it. So I found, though, if you don't latch this in, you might be able to see it's asleep now, but if you move it just ever so slightly, sometimes it will engage the screen, as you saw there. So you do want to make sure that you close it the right way and straight down, and then latch that in place. Let's go ahead and open this up, and let's take a look at this. I've already enabled my Bluetooth, I believe, on this, and if I haven't, I will do that right now so you guys can get an idea about what this looks like. Let me turn on the switch for the keyboard, and we'll simply go into our settings, and actually Bluetooth is already enabled, so we're good here. This is our keyboard. Let me go ahead and open up some notes, and you can see that I've already been kind of playing around with this and testing. It works pretty good. Very responsive. You can kind of see here. Let me go ahead and pull this down into frame. Maybe you'll get a better look at it. You can kind of see here that it is really responsive. There's no delay. When I press these keys, it just works really, really well. Now, if anything, and this isn't necessarily a slant against this case, if you got larger hands, it's going to feel kind of awkward and maybe a little cramped when you're typing on such a small keyboard, but that really isn't a complaint about this case as so much as just the factor that it's a smaller keyboard, and if you got bigger hands, you might run into issues. So this works really, really well. You can see caps lock. You hit that button, your yellow light comes on. Turn it off, and that basically happens. Everything else works fine. Your home buttons on the keyboard do exactly what they're supposed to do, and it really works quite well. Now, you may have noticed this. It's kind of a stand here, and you can basically utilize this stand on its own as well. This right here will slide out, and it will adjust its position. So you can actually kind of use this separately on its own. You're going to have to do it at a bit of an angle here, because if you stand it too far up, it's not going to be all that stable. And then you can take this keyboard and you can start working on it away from your iPad. You don't have to be right there attached to it. there is a silicone material all the way around this. And let me go ahead and pull this off so you can see how that works. And on the underside, you can see there is your keyboard. And then insofar as this goes, this will rotate all the way around. You can use it in its stand mode like this as well. So you do get some feature functionality aside from the keyboard with the stands on this. And it looks pretty cool. This rotates and we've got no issues with that. Now let's say you don't want this thing on here. You're just going to press these two buttons here, or these two areas, and pull it away. And what you'll find, you now have a pretty heavy duty case. This is all covered with a kind of a liner here. It's a clear see-through liner, just like up here. And likewise, on the front side, we have an integrated screen protector that works just fine. It's very responsive to touch. I have no problems pressing into these things, and it works really, really well. And it's actually pretty clear too, so no problems there. As you take a look down below, everything's going to be covered up here, even up along the top. There's no area for debris to get in here or anything like that. So you could go around and use this case as is. Now, when we take it apart, this is what it's going to look like. You want to be careful doing this because it kind of sits in here, and if you go quick, you could rip the silicone. This is what it looks like without the silicone. And then as we take this apart, let me go ahead and do that for you guys. You want to go slow again. I'm going to take it off camera just for a second because I want to do this a little bit closer in front of me than at an angle. Here is that front screen with that membrane attached to it, as you can see. And then this just comes out like that. And there is the bottom side. These are kind of standoffs. They're squishy, and it's going to protect your Mini when it's in this case. So it is really nice. I almost like, because I don't use keyboard cases all that much, I almost kind of like it just using this portion of the case. It works really, really well. And then of course, when you want to use your keyboard, you've got that piece as well. And then if you wanted to integrate a stand into it, you can start using that as well. So this is the Airbender Mini. It is a keyboard case for your iPad Mini. It is available now. Again, I'm going to link in the description of this video as to where you can pick it up. But you know what? I'm giving this case a 4 out of 5. If you guys have questions, comments, or feedback, as always, please feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Take care, everybody, and have fun.